Hi, thanks for checking out our repair channel. If this is your first time ever finding one of our videos, we appreciate you finding us for one. But if you'd like to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, we'd appreciate that too. Um, well, what this is going to be is kind of an overview and kind of a look inside at this unit. I've heard of the brand O'Brien's. They're they were a like a plastic manufacturer. Like they made plastic cases and housings and injection molding kind of stuff down there in New Zealand. But I've never seen one of their fence chargers before. I don't know where this guy that owns the thing, where in the heck he got it from. He's got like 4 or 5 of these things, and none of them were working. He only sent us one of them because I was like, man, I don't know. He sent it down here, but I don't know if we can fix it or not. So I did play with it a little bit, just enough to kind of plug it in and see what it does, and it actually works. It actually seems like it's working fine. So I don't know what the guy's having trouble with down there on his end, but it seems to be working fine here. Um, so I haven't taken it apart. I don't even know what it looks like on the inside. I don't even know how to get it apart. So we'll have to learn how to do that here. So you'll kind of learn alongside with us. So that'd be kind of fun. Before I get into this thing, hit that little description tab, pull it down, and there will be a description or a link to our websites, which is fencerfixer.com. And Fencer and Fixer is both spelled with an F as in Frank. And we also work on the cattle scale, stuff like that. So if you go to cattlescalerepair.com, that will take you to that website. And we do give free quotes, and we work on about every brand you can ever think of. Even O'Brien's will take a stab at them because some of these parts are old school, so usually you can repair the old stuff. And we give 18-month warranties on anything that we work on, no matter if it's 50 plus years old or was made 2 years ago. We'll give you a 1.5 year warranty on the repairs that we do. So let's go ahead and plug this thing in again. It's been a couple of days since I actually looked at this thing, so I'm gonna plug it in. You hear it clicking. Can't really see it here, but the lights flash, but they're like out of sync with the unit. Like it lights flash and then it clicks. I'm not sure what the hell these. Looks like there's buttons, like an on-off button, and like an M for memory. I don't know, but I'm gonna plug it. But it has some cool looking knobs on the thing. Yeah, pretty slick looking knobs on the thing. Well, it's a see-through case. You can kind of see the inner workings a little bit of it. And this is an O'Brien's model 16/110. But looking at it, it has a number on there. It looks like 0705, whatever. So this possibly was manufactured in 2007. So we got to figure out how to take this thing apart, see the inside of it. Here's some of the specs on it. Peak voltage is 10,000 volts. Stored energy 16.3 stored joules. It says pulse energy 11.2 joules at 100 ohms. So it's 11 joules output, 16.3 joules stored. So it's a pretty hefty unit when it comes to power. So not a small unit, not a big unit. But let's it's like we're going to pull these little, pop these little covers out right here and take a pocket knife, see if we can gouge them. Oops. let's just use a flat screwdriver instead, because I pushed on it to pop it out of there, but it actually just pushed it all the way in. So we'll look inside there. And it looks like there's, yeah, some crud in there. Looks like a Phillips screw. Let me get a screwdriver real quick just to see. Oh, it's in there tight. I think it's a Phillips screw. So we're gonna pop these little tabs out. Come on, get out of there. All right, let me get my screw gun here and we'll put it on slow speed. All right, crank it up a little bit. Oh boy, one of these deals. Ah, you stupid bastard. Well, I think somebody, wait a minute. Ah, it tricked me. These are those stupid square Robertson screws. They call it square-headed screws. That's why the stupid thing wouldn't grab real good. Let me go find my. Actually, I might have it here. That's probably that size, but too short. I gotta find my Robertson square bits or hand driver here somewhere. Give me just a minute here. All right, yeah, it takes a square-headed bit like this to get it out of there. I actually had to try 3 different ones to get the right one. Now it comes out nice and easy, and it's a recessed hole about that deep, so you got to have a longer shafted one to be able to reach it. But I don't have a bit long enough that's that style, so I had to use this tool, do it by hand instead of by machine. Hopefully I didn't booger that one up trying to get it out of there. Come on, where are you? There it is. Looking here real quick, it has the symbols on there for what those buttons were on the front. It says it on off, and that M means equals regular or irregular. I guess that's the pulse. Irregular pulse, like maybe it's a faster or slower pulse. I don't know. I mean, some of the screws are a little long. Okay, come on, don't strip out. Oh, good. I think that was the one I was trying to take loose earlier. If you're wondering what this thing is on my arm, it's hospital band, or we got one of our babies is in the hospital with a breathing issue, so you wear this so you don't have to go through security. I can just flash this orange band and walk past for security without having to fool with them people. So, all right, we're gonna dump these screws out. Yep, there's a screw, and there's a little square-headed hole in it. All right, get these screws out of the way so I don't lose them. Put them in this one up there. All right. Look at all the crap inside there. Jesus. Alright, well, there's the inside of it so far. These little wires here came unplugged from right there. That's the power cord area. And then they've got 3 capacitors. They've got 2. No, all 3 of them are the same size. 20 microfarad capacitors right there. All 3 of these. inside there. You got a great big transformer right here and a big old circuit board. That's a pretty sophisticated board there. It's screwed down to the another stupid square-headed screw. God dang, I'll just use those stupid things for. Probably so that not everybody can get into them and play with them. Well, I don't know what we can do with this thing exactly, because I don't remember them ever selling this brand here in the States, but they must have at some point in time. So what we'll do is just going to set this thing like this. Pretty beefy looking transformer in it though. For the heck of it, we'll check these capacitors and see what they read. And to check a capacitor, you got to make sure your meter actually has capacitance testing on it. And the symbol for a testing capacitor is that little yellow symbol right there. You can't really check a capacitor any other way besides using that yellow symbol right there. So, and that's the symbol for capacitor. So if your meter does not have that symbol, you cannot test a capacitor correctly. So you can't ohm them out because not measured in resistance or measured in something else. All right, I may have to unplug these. There's jumper wires tying everything together, because this one is reading way off the deep end. It should be reading 20. It's reading 170, but it might be picking up the other ones. But 20, 40, 60, it should only be 60. So unless it's getting some kind of reading from the board that's feeding power into the capacitors, I don't know. So let's we'll unplug this wire right here first. Retest here. 47. So it's supposed to be 60. So that would mean that these capacitors are probably weak. But, I don't know. 47 to 60 is not that big of a change. I would think it would be. See, it's reading 16 and a half, where it should be reading 20. So this is probably going to be the other two tied together. So it's reading 30. So it's probably 15 and 15. So capacitor is not the issues at this moment. I mean, it's probably in this board. See a dark spot right there on the board. Look here, right there on that board right there is a hot spot there. It probably needs a new board, but like I was thinking, they don't. I don't know where I would even get parts for this thing, because I don't know that this brand is even around anymore. So, but well, it's kind of a fun little thing to look at. I'm trying to find my tool here. I want to see if I can take this board out. Has a square-headed screw on the board as well. Probably one more on the other side. It's kind of a cumbersome thing to work on, though. We'll take a peek at the inside. Oh, there's a problem. See that? I might be able to be fixed. That, because see this big old capacitor right here? That thing's all swelled up. I don't know how well you can see it, but the top of that capacitor is all bubbled up. So it's supposed to be nice and flat. And that one's bulged up, and so is that little one right there. So, I mean, I'll order some capacitors for this thing. I mean, I'm sure that these capacitors aren't, specialty electric fence capacitors or whatever. And then this transformer there or this capacitor there is all burnt. I don't know what size that is. 0.47 microfarad. I don't know what the voltage is on it. It doesn't really say. It's in Chinese, so I can't read it. This capacitor is a size is it 82 microfarad 400 volt, and this little black one, I think are the same. 470 microfarad 40 volt. What I'll do is I'll order, just to see, I'll order two capacitors to replace those because they're swelled up a little bit on top. Order a capacitor for that one, and order a big one of these. And, we'll try. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this thing. I mean, it can't hurt, and 16 joule units, pretty stout, and I hate to throw the thing away if we can fix it. So that's what we'll try to do for the guy. We'll try to order some components for this thing. We'll order one of these capacitors right here, order these two right here, and order this one right here, and cross our fingers nothing else is really wrong. Like I said, there's a hot spot on the board, which is right here, which ties right into that capacitor. So that's probably the biggest issue, is this right here. This little one and this little one aren't that bad, but since they are a little swelled up a little bit, wouldn't hurt to change them. They can't be that expensive of a part. So, but well, that's it for this video. We'll make this like a 2-part or 3-part video, depending on how long this thing takes to maybe get going again. We'll see what happens. Sometimes you can fix them and sometimes you can't. So, but until we do another video of how to work on one or how to test one, we'll see you guys later. And if we do make this a 2 or 3-part video, I will put links down in the description area when the time comes, when I put these videos together of a part 2. So, but in the meantime, hope you guys like our channel. Hit that subscribe button. Go to our website. Find out a little bit more about us. We work on all sorts of brands and ages and styles of fence chargers and cattle scales and low bars for people and stuff. So kind of fun to work on these oddball ones you don't see very often. But in the meantime, we'll see you guys later.